welcome to True Heel Heat.
Hey, what's up? We can't hear you, Miss Krssi Love.
Sorry. Hey, good morning. See, off the rails already.
Look, it's Sunday.
It's Sunday. It's, okay. It's very early, you know.
We're laid back. It's fine.
We're laid back. I worked yesterday, so I'm tired. But, you know, we're here. We're here, and we're ready to rumble.
Yes.
How are you, my tag team partner?
I'm good. It's been a really good week. It's been a good week, I have to say. And even more excited.
I feel like it's been a long week, though.
It was. It was like a good long week.
Didn't it feel like it was a long week? Yeah. There we go.
Yes. I see people saying good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Hello.
Sam, Slammy, Sammy Joe, Sports Thing Shows.
Yes.
What's up, guys? Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Welcome to Serving Face and Hills. This is episode 3.
3. Yes.
3.
Yes.
I'm also excited because we're going to be doing this every Sunday now. Live.
Yes. So
because
be prepared to be with us Sundays.
There's way too much going on in women's wrestling to only do it every other week.
Hold on, my headphones are tangled. Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine.
Okay, here we go. There we go.
There's way too much going on with the women in pro wrestling / sports entertainment to only do it every other week.
Absolutely. Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
So welcome. I hope you guys are excited and welcome to our Sunday morning shows. Yes. We'll be doing this every Sunday. I'm excited. How about you, Stephanie?
I'm excited. There's a lot of great things happening, guys, in women's wrestling. So I guess let's dive into it.
Right.
I kind of want to start with news and gossip because there was so much that happened this week.
Yes. Definitely. Yes.
Obviously, in sadder news, we'll start with sad news so we can jump to other stuff. But there were some releases that happened.
Yeah.
With NXT, there were some great ladies that were released. The most notable, I think, being Dakota Kai.
Trash failure.
I absolutely love.
Yes.
This woman was reinvented. We literally watched this woman grow up in front of our eyes in NXT, and she's just reinvented herself over and over. And I thought she's done a phenomenal job. Obviously, she had some injuries and stuff like that, but I mean, she had one of the best heel turns in NXT history.
Yes.
I posted earlier. I was actually I was there in Chicago for Survivor Series weekend. I did not go to War Games because I was actually meeting Bayley and Sasha. I was at the meet and greet.
Wow.
But they had 2 big TVs in the meet and greet line showing War Games. So we were all watching it.
Like while you were waiting. Oh, that's awesome. Wow. that is awesome.
It was awesome. And the moment Dakota turned, I'm not even kidding you. That place absolutely erupted. Like people were cheering. They were like, yeah. And other people are like, no. Like
right.
Awesome. Right. And I'm so glad I got to see it live because or live while it happened because I thought I was gonna miss most of War Games because I was in the meet and greet line. But I mean, she had one of the best heel turns in NXT history. I don't understand how they don't have something for this woman on main roster, but just put it out there. She did say she was not going to resign, which is why I'm assuming they released her.
One of the biggest failures, they did not make her champion. They had so many opportunities to make her champion, and then it just, you'd be like, well, why did they go with this one before her? Like she's proven herself so many times. And it's like, why you guys dropped the ball, and that's why she wanted to leave. And mind you, she's reinvented herself several times for you guys,
right?
And yet you still,
right. And she remained over. She remained a popular favorite. I mean, to me, she had all the tools.
She had it. She could have carried the brand. She could have carried it to another, point of where they want it to go, I guess. But
yes.
we will never know why they did this to her, and you know, because she didn't want to sign. Oh, we'll just let her go.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Look,
Yeah, I was very
she'll
shocked about it.
do amazing things.
Yes.
She posted on Twitter. I don't know what she's gonna do. She said Evie is kind of in the past. Her indie name.
Yes.
So I don't know if that means she's just gonna reinvent herself again and show up somewhere.
Right.
I even put out there. To me, she is the type of person. If she was to go to like an AEW, I want her to be the baby face that beats Jade Cargill. Right? Like, to me, she has that level of talent, almost like a Paige AJ
type of deal.
AJ type of deal where Paige just debuted
Persona.
and beat her.
Yes.
I kind of would love to see that with Dakota. I think that would be awesome. I think people would be shocked if she beat Jade Cargill just coming in.
Right.
Happy, excited. I don't know.
It would definitely be a pop. It should be in Chicago or whatever, you know, one of their big shows where they don't know. There has to be like one of the biggest kept secrets. Like, no one should leak this. No one is not ever going to see this. You understand? But you know, like probably Sasha, like why she loves wrestling.
Oh, thank you, Froze. I'm gonna go ahead and keep talking. She froze up. But the good thing is about the NXT releases is that they're only 30 days. So hopefully that means we'll see a lot of these people soon. Obviously Persia was another one.
Here we go. Sorry, guys.
Are you back?
Yes, I'm back. I'm sorry.
There you are.
I'm trying to take over my Wi-Fi.
Girl, shut everything off. Stop it.
Yeah. Between the kids streaming and all that stuff, is just always something going on. Trust me.
That's why my husband just took mine somewhere. They just went somewhere. I don't know where they went. Yes, Dakota was a lot of wasted potential. I completely agree. I don't quite understand myself, but I don't run a wrestling company, so I have absolutely no clue
they don't pay me to
what they are looking for. I don't get it.
Right. That part.
No disrespect to Raquel, but I feel like Dakota had more charisma than Raquel to me. So
talk that talk, Stephanie.
I don't know.
She should have been. I said it yesterday. I'll say it again. They dropped the ball. She should have been champion before her, before Mandy. All of these girls that. I mean, like, come on, like you had so many opportunities. Like she could have been the champ. Like she give her a good 6 months run. Like you like.
Yes. Every time they put a title on her, which was a tag title, they took it from her in like a day. And I'm like, you didn't even give her the chance to show you she could be a good champion. CM, I honestly think because they couldn't force her. Oh, I missed it. Couldn't force her into a role, it wouldn't work. I don't know. I mean, they had it with Team Kick. They had so many opportunities with Dakota. So they didn't capitalize on it. I do feel that she's going to do amazing things, so we will see. Persia is another one. To me, she had a great look.
Right.
She was good in the ring.
Yes.
She actually had an pretty active, consistent storyline going on.
Right. And why did they? Go ahead. Yep.
And so I didn't get that one either. But again, both Persia and Dakota got a big outpouring of love.
Yes.
From their co-workers, their fellow wrestlers.
Yes. A lot of them were very hard.
Yes.
None of them don't know that it's going to happen. So,
Dakota, not another damn notes app. I thought what she said was great. Again, she says, I chose Evie at 17 years old. That chapter is shut. Just know this, I'm far from being done. So to me, that tells me she's not going to go back to being Evie. Obviously, she's grown a lot as Dakota. So I can totally see her coming back as something completely new and different, wherever that may be. I think she could do wonders for AEW's women's division. Again, that's all on how they're booked. But I think she would be a good little sparkle, if you will, to their division. Raylan was another one that got released. And I didn't look. This woman's, I think, 6'2", and just beautiful. And
they never. I don't even think they gave her. Did she get any like dark? Like, gorgeous.
She's gorgeous. I don't understand how you don't find something for her.
For this girl.
Like I feel like I never. I'll be honest. I never really saw her in ring work.
Right? Yeah. I've never seen her, but she was just gorgeous, and she was tall.
Yes.
They never gave her like. But what baffles me is like you have these classes. You tell these these are the new people that are in the performance center or whatever, right? You do that. And then I don't even get to see these people perform because you never even brought them back. You never gave them a chance.
Correct. And there's this whole thing. I mean, she was signed under a year. They never gave her a match. Yeah, they never gave her a match.
They never did anything with her. They just dropped the ball. Like, what is the point, guys?
I would have loved to see her do something. She has she checks a lot of the boxes. So who knows? But I wish her well. I think she has.
She'll find. Yeah, she has a look. She'll be found somewhere. Hopefully, with wrestling we are in right now, there's so many companies that she can probably get to.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and AEW is not the only one, right? Impact is
right. That's what I'm saying.
With their women's division, and you now have Women's Wrestling Army. You obviously have Ring of Honor, which is kind of back. I'm not exactly sure how they're gonna do it, but but there's options, and so I have hope for all these people who got released.
Yes.
Let's move on next. I guess this is also kind of sad. I apologize, people. The Inspiration, also known as the Iconics, are stepping away from in-ring action. I did not see
this coming at all.
I did not see it coming. I also didn't see a statement past what they said as far as why. Obviously, it was a personal decision. Hopefully, everything's okay. Number one. But God, they were just so entertaining, man.
They were. I'm really sad about this. No one seen this coming. Maybe it's something where I feel like people are not really feeling the travel part of it right now, or two, they're losing their love for it. When it's not becoming fun anymore, I don't want to do it. And I usually say that for myself. Like, let me step away. Let me find out what I want to do and get myself together before something. I don't want to be in that predicament where I'm like, why didn't I just step away sooner if I'm not even feeling this? You understand? It's to a point
they
where
wanted to get into acting. Okay. Look, again, they are incredibly entertaining. All right. And so if they have an avenue that way, go get it, ladies.
Yes.
Get that money.
You're going to be missed. Take some time, go get some money, go be in a couple of movies, make a movie, like, document some stuff yourself. And then, put yourself out there. They can do it, I'm sure.
Absolutely. I'm assuming if they're stepping away, they already have something in the works.
True.
Would be my guess. True. So I'm excited to kind of see where that goes.
And they had no choice but to walk away. Yeah.
Lana left and she's now doing film, which is amazing.
Lana is living her best life. So I don't like Lana. Lana looks fantastic. Lana is like do things with Fashion Nova. Yes. Like Lana's like having a great time. So Lana is not even worried about. Remember, Lana can dance. So this is nothing like it's not the end of
the road just because we're out of pro wrestling for a lot of these women. So I'm happy for them, and I hope the Inspiration does great and whatever avenue they decide to go. If it's acting, I'll be watching. I want to touch on something that Frantic World said, where he said, I need TK to start signing some of the women who are free agents.
Okay.
I agree.
Yes and no.
He has to take the women's division he has now and do something with it.
Right.
Adding on women and piling them on is not going to help them right now. Because they have an incredible amount of talent now.
Yep.
We barely see them on TV.
Right. They're only on dark. Yeah.
They're on dark. And while I'm not dissing YouTube wrestling, because I'll go watch it if I have nothing else to do.
Correct.
Typically, however, I tune into cable television and I want to see the women that I love on live TV in a storyline.
Just like they have all these men.
Yep. I'm just saying there should be more than 4 different women's storylines going on TV, in my opinion. This is both for WWE and AEW. All right. So
speak the facts, boo. Speak the facts.
These are supposed to be your major players. Let's act like it.
You always say you want to be behind the women. You put your stuff behind the women. We want to build up the women. Prove it. Put it. You know, what do you say? Put your money where your mouth is, or some shit like that. They say, or something like that.
Just saying. Ring of Honor is going to need some talent. Yes, Ryan, they are. So I'm really interested to see how this Ring of Honor thing plays out and how they book it and how they play into the AEW talent.
Yes.
So we'll see. That might get some of those women maybe some more
type
time.
of shine. Yes. I agree.
Let's see. Sports and Things said Ring of Honor women's title main events Wednesday Dynamite. I know. We're gonna get there. There.
Yeah, right. I'm about to say, it's on the list. It's gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
It's on the list.
Don't worry.
I'm excited. But let's go into
good week. It's gonna be a big week this week.
Yes. Let's go into the next thing here as far as news goes. All right. So there were some controversial comments that got thrown out in the last week from 2 different people. Let's talk about the first one. My girl, Becky, threw out a statement. She was asked a question and she responded. She was asked about the AEW women's division, and she said she felt they weren't represented as well as the WWE women, especially on her Raw brand.
Okay.
She is right. She also threw in...
That's how you feel? Okay, go ahead, finish.
She also threw in a little punch, saying she believes the WWE women's division is better than the AEW women's division. Now, this sparked all sorts of conversation and controversy, and people pissed at Becky or agreeing with Becky. Look, one thing, if you don't know about Becky yet, is that she lives for competition. She lives for the tension. She wants to fire up the AEW women's division. That's what she wants. She wants Tony Khan's ego to be hurt, so he does more with the AEW women's division. Everything she does is for a reason. People have to understand that. Okay? Now, there was this whole thing about why is she bringing this up? Why is she dissing them? Didn't her husband say it's beneath them to do that? She was asked a question and she answered it. Okay? She was asked specifically about the AEW's women's division and she answered it. Now, whether you agree with her or not, it's completely on you.
Okay.
Right? In my opinion, she is right. However, she did not ever say that the WWE women's division is perfect. People are like, oh, well, did you see them do this? And did you see the pie thing with Tony? And even on this show, we have said the women's divisions in AEW and WWE need a lot of improvement all around. Okay. However, I'll speak to Raw. SmackDown. I'll speak to Raw. Raw has done a great job with several different storylines with the women. And this has been going on now since maybe November, December of last year. And they've been consistent about it. Okay. And they've had new people coming up. Sorry. They've had new people coming up to the main event scene. Sorry. I lost my train of thought. Here's the exact statement, I believe. So her answer was, so I wish I could say yes, but unfortunately, I don't think they're represented the way that we are. They don't get as much time as we get, and frankly, they're not as good as we are. Certainly on Raw, we have the best women's division in the world. I say that without any hesitation in my voice. We have the best women's division in the world. Competition is great, and it's great for there to be another place, and I have a very good friend, Ruby Soho, over there. I would love to see her as champion one day. I would love to see her getting the spotlight that she deserves. Competition is always great, but over here, we are on another level right now, man. We're on another level. So, go ahead.
I think it's a two-sided answer for what she did.
Yep.
Because she is right on the fact that the women are not pushed like they are where she is. However, you think about her position. She's one of the top guys there, right?
Yep.
You have Bianca, You got Sasha. You got Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
Ronda. Now, that's what, 6 women maybe? Well,
Yep.
you know, but you know what
I got you.
You know what I mean. That it hurts me to even say that. But what I'm saying is, those women are going to be built regardless, right?
Yep.
So now we have the mid-carders, right?
Yep.
Who are now, you have Carmella, Zelina,
Liv.
Ruby Soho was one of them. Rhea, she's kind of in limbo now. You know, Rhea's
on her way up to, I think, that top tier, if you will.
I hope so.
Yep.
But, you know, they have their set of girls that they build, right?
Yep.
So if Ruby was still there, would she be considered one of the top girls like Becky? I don't think so. They had the chance to do it, but they never did.
For years, and they never capitalized.
They never gave her and Liv the tag titles for whatever reason. I don't know. So
I don't get into
that. Again, her answer is kind of, she's on the fence. Put it like that. Like, she said, yeah, but then she, you know, brings up Ruby, but Ruby had to leave the company to be built better because they didn't want to build her. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, no, she was released. Sorry. She was released. Yes. So, you know, you say that, like, yes, you guys have a better, platform. Great. Yep. But within the time frame, Tony TK has now, within the time that, you know, AEW has been around, he's had these ladies that are now, they have the TNT titles. You know, the women have main evented so many things and done so much within a short time period. You can't kind of like downplay it. Right. And you answered the question in Becky Lynch form. She's still in characters. That's how she answers her question. So she wants all the smoke.
Absolutely.
So, you know, she's always like back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's kind of like two-sided. She gave like a two-sided answer, I feel like. If that makes sense.
That's what I meant by she has a reason for doing everything. Mm-hmm. She answers in character about, let's say, 90% of the time. But behind that, she also knows when she talks shit, right? Mm-hmm. Usually someone's going to respond or action's going to be taken. We saw Ruby Soho on TV for the first time in 3 months. That very next Dynamite. Okay, now, yes, I don't know if she was going to be on or not. But all I'm saying is she mentioned Ruby Soho needs to be champion eventually. Look, she's trying to get her friend and the other women on AEW's women's division. She's trying to lift them up. She watches the product. She said this.
They all watch the product. They all see it.
They're all friends, right? They want the women's divisions to thrive, whether you're in WWE or AEW. By her just saying WWE is better, she wants to drive that competition and she wants them to get showcased more to prove her wrong. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, and I'm talking about the person behind the character, people.
Right.
All right. There's other motives going on here for her by answering this question this way. But to me, what I loved is that if this got wrestling Twitter and probably even Reddit, I don't really get on Reddit, talking about the women's divisions in a way we usually don't, right?
Right.
We start talking about what could be better in WWE and what could be better in AEW, and they both need improvement.
Sorry.
Right?
Yes.
No, you're fine. They both need improvement.
They both need improvement. They're both not perfect. Both companies, you know, they showcase women where, you know, that they give women a platform. However, they could be so much better. Like we have like WWE, they have so much women that want to work, but you give them one or two matches, maybe at least.
Yes.
And like I said, besides the top girls, they have girls that are there that want to work. And you give them these, like, you know, look at who's Dana Brooke and Tamina.
Yes.
They've been on TV every week.
Every week?
Now, it might be a stupid storyline.
Whether you're not like the storyline, they have consistently been on television. And I think that's what she's trying to get at, is that even if it's not for the main title, they're getting TV time. They're at least having a storyline. There's something going on, right? It's getting their name and their face out there. And I think that's what she'd like to see. I just want to touch on something that Sid said. Ruby Soho was on Rampage to qualify for the Owen on 4/15. That is correct. My apologies. What I was trying to get at was that it
We
seems
haven't
like
seen
they're
it
now
that
putting
much.
Ruby in a storyline where it might end up being Jamie Hayter and Britt with
Ruby
and Tony. So I think that's where this is leading, but it looks like she's at least in some kind of storyline now.
Right.
And she appeared on television, and we will see.
Yes,
we will see.
Exactly. Yes.
Either way, I don't know. Let me read some of the comments here.
Sure. I can do it myself.
Let's see.
TK talks with Maria Kanellis. Someone's sports thing show says, who's this? Okay, Tony, Ruby.
Oh, there you go.
Versus Brit Haters announced Friday. This Rampage, wonderful. Want to see it? So that'll be great for next Friday. Yes,
absolutely. SmackDown's dead to me. SmackDown's dead to me unless Ronda loses that Backlash.
Well, I mean,
we'll get into SmackDown. The women's division on Raw needs help. How do they need help? Raw is killing it to me.
Yeah, it's better than SmackDown.
It's better than SmackDown, and it's better than, no offense, the AEW women's like how they're being showcased. Raw is actually killing it to me. So hopefully you can expand on that. Let's get into the next one. The next one, Ember, Athena, Ember Moon. So
this was heartbreaking. This broke my heart.
Yeah, man.
We kind of knew what this shit. We kind of knew it was true though. She just put
let's say it didn't
surprise anybody. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. She just, she just gave it more light. That's all.
I'm probably gonna say his name wrong, but she was on Chris Van Zant. Thank you. She was on their show. His show. Yes. No, I was like, I know him, and I'm always afraid to say his last name wrong, so I apologize. No, she was on his show. Mm-hmm. Great interview where she opened up, right? And I don't want to misquote her here, but unfortunately, as wrestling journalists do, they clipped one part of her interview where she talked about fishnet booty butt cheek shorts, and how that works for Mandy Rose, but not me. And people started jumping down her throat. Like, why would you throw Mandy under the bus? Why would you talk about her? Da, 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 da. And obviously, I watched the full interview, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If anything, she was praising Mandy and saying it works for her. She's beautiful. She's but not everyone is Mandy, right?
Right. Not everyone is shaped like exactly.
Not everyone's shaped like her. Not everyone can carry that like her. And that's what she was trying to get at. She's like, I'm a nerd. I like to cater to kids. I like Pokemon. Right, I like D&D. Like she made that very clear. Like she's like, and it wasn't for me, right? But she's saying they had a 2-hour meeting about how to be sexier and how to dress sexier and all this stuff. Let's see. I think I have the exact quote.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's right there in the chat for you, babes. If you want to read it.
I remember going to my makeup artist and saying, I am so unhappy. We would have to sit through stupid meetings about how we'd have to dress sexy. I remember looking at someone else and laughing. I cater to children. I'm not about to wear fishnet booty butt cheek shorts because we had a 2-hour meeting about how to dress like Mandy Rose. That's not fair. Mandy is absolutely phenomenal and an amazing person, but not everyone is Mandy Rose. I started seeing this downslope, and then she goes into how when Hunter left, they didn't know why he left, right? We know now it's because of his health issues, but once Hunter left, she started seeing this downslope of kind of where they were going with things, and she wasn't happy, and it wasn't for her, right. She even mentions how she had already decided she wasn't going to resign. They kind of went through the motions with her. Yes, another one. They kind of gone through the motions with her. Her and Shotzi had gotten incredibly over as a tag team. And then they took Shotzi from her. And then she said someone called her and told her that Shotzi was being called up with Tegan and they're going to be a tag team. And she was kind of like,
okay, what? Like, what do you mean? We're just getting over. We got merch. Like, we're doing something that's really good. But, again, another person that was guilty at fault with that wanted to be a company person and help others.
Yes.
So she was jobbing to other people.
Yes.
And, you know, you still said, you know what? I guess we don't really need you to, you know, here, since you want to go, we'll let you go, you know?
Well,
shit like
then
that.
then they told her we're taking her off TV indefinitely.
Right.
What is she? And they wanted her to be a coach, and she's like, I'm
not here to coach. Yeah.
Like, here's my thing. Like, this woman had almost a career-ending injury.
Yeah.
She didn't even think she was going to wrestle again.
Right.
And she fought her way back, right? And when she first went to NXT, I was actually happy about it because I'm like, wow, she reinvented herself. She's back. Like, and she was doing great things. Like,
she had a good little run. Yes.
Amazing tag team.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just took it from her. And I'm like
she was a bad kid in school. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then when you look at what Shotzi's doing on SmackDown, you're like, what?
Right.
What? Like, what? You literally hurt both of them by doing that. There's more of the quote here. Let's see. For the first bit, we didn't know why. We just knew he wasn't there, talking about Hunter. I got so angry. I was sitting there thinking I did nothing wrong. I didn't piss Vince off. I didn't piss off Vince, excuse me. They take Shotzi away. Hunter's gone. You guys promised me this wouldn't happen.
Right.
You promised me I wouldn't be lost in the shuffle.
Mm-hmm.
I went on this losing streak to help you guys out to build other talents so I could get a reward.
Yep.
My last 4 months was just one of those moments where I wasn't having fun anymore. See
that's what I said
about this.
What did I say?
You're not having fun anymore. You know it's time to go. That doesn't matter what your job is. This is not just for pro wrestling. If you're at a job and you are unhappy, it is not good for your mental health. You need to find something else, whatever that is, when you can, and get out.
Get out right away. Please.
Because I think she even mentions she was going to snap at somebody, or she felt that she would go off on somebody. Or like
it's just unfortunate. Yeah, it's just she just was angry. She was upset because they promised again. You promised me that, that this wouldn't happen to me. And what did you do? You lied. You reneged on your stuff. It's like spades. You messed up. We had the books. We had all the books, and then we didn't make our books. You lied to me. We couldn't make the books.
They were like, don't worry, we have something for you. Okay, cool. I remember going to Hunter and he was like, I have no clue what's happening. We'll figure it out together.
And guess what happened? He ain't even been back.
What I got from that interview, and I think this has been reported before, but what I really got from that is like, I remember her saying some of the Raw and SmackDown writers were coming over and they had no clue that her and Shotzi were a tag team. And I'm like, how do you not know that?
How do you not know your product? Like, how do you not know like what's happening?
What?
That's
like, how do you like?
Baffles me.
They, I mean, they've been on. As she even mentioned, they were on front page of WWE.com when they won the tag titles. They have merch. Like, how do you not know that? Like, that's insane to me. I don't get that. Like, if you're a writer for WWE, whether it's SmackDown, Raw, or NXT, you should still know what's going on.
You should still have meetings about all this stuff. You should know what's happening.
Like, that's crazy to me. And so anyway. I thought it was a great interview. I feel so bad for her.
Yep.
I got more upset that wrestling Twitter was doing what wrestling Twitter does, and they were jumping down her throat, assuming what she meant about Mandy. And I'm like, it's clear they used Mandy as an example in this meeting, which is why she brought it up. And she wasn't just bringing up Mandy for no reason. They clearly said, I want you guys to dress more like Mandy.
And like you said, they had a 2 hour. How do you have a 2 hour meeting to tell me how to dress like somebody else?
Not right, or to dress sexier, like that to me that's uncomfortable.
But now, as you see, the product is what it is, and that you see more women are dressed like that now on NXT.
NXT is just a horn show at this point. And don't get me wrong, they're still doing good things, but it's a
2 hour show of titties and ass, as my friend Top Guy JJ said yesterday.
I don't understand why folks don't believe that WWE pushes for surgery. Look at who they push long term. I don't know if they do or not. I honestly don't. I do feel that the women. Yeah, I do feel they decide whether or not they want to get enhancements or not. But
I feel like some of them don't need to stop. Decision. Yes. I feel like some of them are doing too much.
For like a decade. Those could have been her best years. I completely agree.
Yep.
Dave was one that when I heard she went to AEW and was going to be wrestling, I was really excited about that because I knew how talented she was. But they had her coaching.
I stand for her. I love her.
I love her.
She's amazing. And I'm like, how did you like? It baffles me how they sit on these people. Like you don't see, like you obviously hired them for a reason. Like you saw something, but then you never even give them a chance to be on. You never give them a platform. You made her a coach.
Yeah, Ember. Sorry, I keep saying Ember. Athena is too talented for that, and it's not like she's washed up, right?
No,
she's in some of the best years of her life right now.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad
she's doing other things. She's wrestling. I don't know if someone's actually going to sign her or not, but she's at least she looks happy.
I was like, she likes this whole like indie type like deal. Like she wrestles whenever she wants to. Like she said, she's a nerd. She plays games. Like she's a gamer.
Yes. Yes.
They're gamers.
She wants to do what she wants to do.
Right. I mean, with her and Zelina, they're nerds. They love like these things.
Dakota.
They all do these things and they love and they have fun. They're like in a different element. You have a Twitch page. I'm telling you, they're gonna be fine. They're fine.
They're gonna be fine.
They're gonna be fine. I'm not worried about none of them at all.
Let's move on to the shows of the week and some quick recaps. Let's talk about Raw. Bianca versus Sonya. And I put Carmella and Zelina. So I saw some mixed reaction to this. So this was Bianca's first title defense since winning at WrestleMania against Bex. Yep. It was Bianca versus Sonya.
Sonya looks amazing.
Right. Best Sonya she's ever looked at, like ever. She just has this whole swag about her right now.
Yeah, it's like ever since she's like she's came back and she's like reinvented herself. She's just like on another level, and she just looks like amazing. She
not even that. Like I don't know her interest music. I don't know if you heard it, but
I know it's
a bop.
I love it. I just wish they make the storylines make more sense when she does these things, but they never do. Right. That's just me. I invest in storylines, so
Me too. I was fine. Like I want to know the reasoning behind
Naomi and
like
her.
I think like Sonya, I kind of got this one right. Sonya just wanted an opportunity at the title, and she wanted to kind of cheat her way there. Yeah. She used her power to do it. But the thing with Sonya, or Bianca beat her, but it was kind of, I don't know if you remember, this was Stomping Grounds, and it was Baron Corbin versus Seth Rollins, and Lacey was the ref. And they kept changing the rules. Do you remember that? And they kept saying, oh, now it's no DQ. Oh, now it's blah, blah, blah. And this dragged on for like fucking 8 minutes. And excuse my language. And
it's okay. It's okay.
And I was like, this is ridiculous. So this is kind of what they were doing here, right? Sonya would get on the mic, change the rules, like
but she's done this before, though. Yeah, she did it with Naomi or whatever. Yeah, she did you did this before. So I figure, with your powers, you can probably think of something else more creative. I don't know, like pop out of a hat or something. I'm just going, like
make it a street fight or something. I don't know.
Make it like false counts anywhere. It's like make it make sense. Like you're the one that has the power, so now you can make any match you want, and you can do whatever you want because you have the authority. So now we're gonna put Bianca in this like whole turmoil of things.
Yep.
Well, she's gonna kind of like figure her way out of it, but still, nevertheless. Make it make sense.
Yeah, right. True Heel Heat chat fam. Yo, what's up?
Hey.
Hi guys.
Weinstein.
So Carmella and Zelina come out to up the odds, if you will. So here's what I took from that.
Right.
They were trying to make Bianca look like an absolute monster. To me, this was John Cena-like booking. Okay?
Yes. She's the new John Cena.
She is the woman version of John Cena.
We said this yesterday. Yep, we said this yesterday.
Yes. And for me, like people were like, why are they doing this? This is dumb. Like this is her first title defense. I'm like, it made sense to me. Whoever she goes against has to lose.
Yep.
And they wanted it. They knew she could beat Sonya. All right.
Right.
So
of
they
course.
added on to make the defeat even bigger. All right. I said the same thing, and people got mad at me like it was a bad thing.
That's what I'm saying. SP said the same. That's what I said. SP said the same thing yesterday. We were talking about it, and he's not wrong. I mean, she's kind of like the female
exact booking she's getting.
Right.
Even before she beat Becky at WrestleMania.
Correct.
They had her. They remember Becky told her, go to the back of the line, bitch. Right.
Right.
So she said, bet, and she did. She went through every single woman and fought her way back to the title.
To the top. Yep.
Like that's a John Cena thing to do. All right. And they don't make her this overly pushed person to me. To me, she's just this fighting spirit. Good morning. Good morning.
Blue.
Hi, Blue. Hi, Ladarius. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. And so to me, she is the female version of John Cena. That's the kind of booking that she's getting.
But they make it seem like that's a bad thing, though.
I don't know why that's bad.
Like John Cena is like like one of the people that are up there. Like you know.
Yes, like exactly. Thank you. The whole thing with Dewdrop was very similar to John Cena and Big Show. Like from the drop, like the finish, and we're doing the KOD on Dewdrop. That gets a huge pop every single time. And I never get sick of it. I'm sorry, people, but they don't.
I love it. It's great.
I love it. I think they're booking her perfectly fine. My bigger concern, and maybe not even a concern, is that I want her to be on the pay-per-view. So I don't know if her and Sonya are done.
Right. She doesn't have first of all, we don't even really know the whole card for this whole pay-per-view, which is next week.
This is such a filler pay-per-view. I can't.
It's
just I don't even know if I'm gonna watch it. I'm going to watch it because
I'm about to say, come on, girl, you gotta.
I gotta support people, but I wish they do this for all their champions. I agree, Jason. I think they're doing great with Bianca. If you guys don't know by now, if you didn't know from even the story leading up to WrestleMania, they are behind this woman.
Been behind her, like
she is a star. I don't know if you guys saw over the weekend. Actually, I think it was Friday. Was it Friday? Anyway, Bianca and Becky were crossing over into boxing, women's boxing.
Yes.
All right. They had your two WrestleMania main event winners now crossing over, representing the two first women to main event in Madison Square Garden.
Yes.
Okay, like
a boxing match at that. Hello,
a boxing match. That's a huge deal. And they have Bianca standing right there next to a 4 horsewoman. If that does not tell you how they feel about this woman, like that they are fully behind her. They're going to book her strong.
It's showing that she can stand with all of those ladies
and beyond. She's going to go past them.
We just need her to go against one more person, which is Bailey. Like, I mean, well,
Charlotte.
I mean, Charlotte. Excuse me, Charlotte. We just need to do one more person. But it's just like, you know, come on.
It was anyway. I enjoyed it. I'm kind of interested to see what happens next because again, she needs to be on the pay-per-view. The title deserves to be on the pay-per-view, no matter what. In my opinion, it's the only Raw World title that is left on the show. It needs to be represented on the pay-per-view. So I'm going to assume her and Sonya aren't done. Even though I think it was a clean finish. I mean, there were some antics, but it was a clean finish. She did the KOD, she beat her. So we'll see. They said Sonya's being investigated. I don't know what that means or what's going to lead. Krssi, what scares me is that certain wrestling fans are going to complain that Bianca is going to be shoved down her throats, like Cena was most of his career.
Okay, what about Roman Reigns? Roman Reigns was thrown down our throats for a long time before he did the heel turn. You understand what I'm saying?
He was, but that's why they rejected him for so long. Now they're completely embracing this man.
Correct. So I mean,
I don't see her so far. To me, it doesn't feel like she's being shoved.
Yeah, I don't think so.
They're not overexposing her to me yet.
Correct.
Now, can that change? Absolutely. It's WWE. They fuck shit up sometimes. But to me, right now, I think Bianca is getting perfect booking for her reign or for her character. we'll see how this reign goes. I hope she has a good long reign.
Yes,
I'm
please.
predicting it will be her versus Rhea for SummerSlam, I think. But we will see. I knew they were all in the minute she fought Sasha Banks. Yeah. The moment they put her over Sasha Banks, I think we all knew they were completely behind this woman. So,
and then she had a crazy run then. So I hope that they keep it the same way, the same energy.
Yeah.
From what she got, because the people are behind her.
Let them be mad that IWC gets it wrong sometimes. They get it wrong a lot of the time, folks. I love the IWC to death, man. I'm a part of it. I love it for its quirks and nuances. I hate the negativity, as you guys know. And we get it wrong a lot of the time. Not to go off on a quick tangent here, but look at the Butch thing. Now, I will be the first one to say I'm not the biggest fan of the Butch situation. However, did you see the video of them in Paris? And them chanting Butch and making this whole like fun thing about it. And it's absolutely loved over there. And I'm like, why in the US do we hate things so much? Like just automatically. We just don't give it a chance.
You know why? I kind of answer that. I'll try to. Because when we're shown something, we've seen someone in their potential and it's so good and we love it, it's hard to accept change. And we know that this person is a great beyond wrestler.
Yeah.
Bruiserweights. Like I can go on and on. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for now, put him with other guys that like, I'm sure all of them are all friends. However, let me put him with the guys that are just like him.
Right.
And then we're gonna and then we rename him and repackage him and we change his, So, one reason, like, what's with them with these one name people? Butch, great, right? I'm not understanding. You just take people's stuff.
I don't know.
No. So that's that.
You hit the nail on the head. It's change. You're right. We saw a lot of us, the hardcore folks, saw Pete Dunne, and we saw everything that he did. Maybe even before that, right? You know how good this man is in that ring. And I think most people wanted that guy, and they're trying to tell you we want something different for him, right? Okay. The WWE has the notion of if it ain't broke, fix it. Correct.
Right. They do want to fix. They always want to fix something that isn't broken, but I don't know. Maybe because they didn't make it. And then, again, this is not, Pete Dunne was like something that, they didn't come up with.
Right.
This is something, again, once they come up, it's nothing that they didn't come up with. So it's not their idea. They can't brand it. They can't make money off it. So let me change it. Because when this person does like want to leave or is released, they're going to go back and they're going to make, they can't make that much money. Or they think they're not going to make money. I think they fail to realize like people, there's so many platforms where there's money to be made.
It's almost like, this is how I look at it. It's almost like they're trying to commercialize him. Does that make sense?
Yes.
They want something to sell. They want something to put on merch.
Because they're in the company of entertaining. They're not a wrestling company anymore. They just want to entertain people. And
they are sports entertainment, and they stand behind that firmly. And Bruiserweight Pete Dunne, I don't think, is as marketable as Fun Butch. Where is he at? Let's find Butch. Like
let's find
something.
Butch.
That's fine. That's something kids are getting behind. Again, if you saw the chants over in Paris, they're into it. They love it.
But and also, so he's like, that again. That's like he's from Europe. Is from that they're gonna chant their guys more than the.
Oh, this is true too. Absolutely.
Than the Americans. You understand? So they're just happy to see them being represented on television across the water. So
they're treating him like he's a child. You're gonna chant for him regardless. Exactly.
That's also true. That's also
it's like hit or miss for me. I don't like things getting shot down right away. It's also okay not to like things. I think there's also a thing with change and people not liking it or wanting it. I hate using this term, but we're gonna let it play out, I guess.
So let's move
on.
Can
we please say simply fuck W? Sorry, this has nothing to do with women. We want to. Sorry, I want to tangent. about just change in general.
Just change. I mean, it's the point of like, they're not accepting of change, and like look at Raquel Gonzalez, who is Rodriguez now.
Yeah, I don't. Anyway.
Okay. All right, no problem.
Rhea versus Liv. So this is clearly a non-title feud that is happening, which I'm actually excited about.
But why build them up as tag teamers? And
they were a great tag team.
That's what I'm saying. Like, oh god, there's so much alike.
Division
yo,
needs help.
Yes. Why have tag belts if we don't have any?
However, I'm also all in for a non-women or non-title women feud. So I think it has all the stuff. I think the fan bases are fully behind these two. I'm excited to see where it goes. They had the backstage brawl, or Liv attacked Rhea during her interview. So I'm excited to see where this goes. I don't know if it ends up on Backlash or not. I guess we'll see.
I mean, I hope something of the women besides Ronda and Charlotte is on the card. Your face.
Also on Raw, we had 2 huge returns.
Yes.
My fave and the GOAT. Don't tell Romeo. The GOAT, Becky Lynch, returned to TV. The first time we've seen her since her WrestleMania loss.
She looks so good, though. Oh my god,
amazing. She's absolutely distraught that she doesn't have a title. She doesn't know what to do. But then she does this rousing speech about, you know what? It's the Becky Lynch way to fall and get back up, and I got this, and nothing's gonna stop me. And then all of a sudden, the future hits, and you see Asuka's face pop up on the screen, and Asuka's back. Asuka!
Amazing.
The Empress of Tomorrow showed up on Raw, flicked Becky's nose. It was
so cute.
I love their chemistry. I love every time they feud. And every time they have feuded, it's been a different dynamic. The first time they went at it, they were both faces.
Yes.
The second time they went at it, Asuka was heel and Becky was face. This time, Becky is heel, Asuka is face. This is one duo I will always say fight forever. I fucking love every time these two have a storyline together. They get in the ring together. I even love more that they have a top women's star in Becky Lynch, your top heel, not involved with the title.
Right.
There's a way
she doesn't need. You're right.
She doesn't need the title.
She doesn't need the title.
To be involved. Don't get me wrong. Nope. She's going to circle back around to Bianca at some point and ask for a rematch. I already know it's going to go there. I'm assuming. However, it's not now, right? They want Bianca to shine as a champion, beating other people.
Right.
We saw the culmination of that story. That if Becky and Bianca circle back around, it needs to be a different story. Does that make sense?
Right.
So I think we'll get there.
Eventually, yes.
Or they'll save it for a bigger pay-per-view, right?
Right,
you have
exactly.
Hell in the Cell, you have Money in the Bank. There's other stuff.
I think Money in the Bank might be the platform because it's going to be in a stadium this year. They're treating it like one of the big four, so they went to have that as like a big five. Now we have big five now.
I will be there.
Good for you, friend.
I'm going to Money in the Bank, people. I'm excited.
Okay,
but
that's exciting.
If you're going to elevate your non-title women, whatever you want to call it, division, if you're not involved with the title, Becky is a good person for that, to do that. I feel that she will elevate non-title feuds where they need to be, because it needs to be more consistent and they need to be on pay-per-views. And my thing is that that's what kept women in catering for so long, is that they only had the one title on the show. And so if you weren't involved with that storyline, you just kind of sat in the back. And I'm glad that's not the case anymore.
Right.
And again, I was so happy to just see that they're doing a non-title feud with two top women in Asuka and Becky. So
it just shows you. Yeah, I'm excited. I was very happy to see her. It just shows you, like, again, this is one of the women that has been gone for, like, when did we last see Asuka?
Last
a year. Was
It's
it
been
a year?
I want to say
Maybe a little longer.
May or June, I think was the last time we saw Asuka.
So again, this
TV.
person has stepped
Money
away,
in the Bank 2021 was the last time we saw Asuka.
Thank you. Okay, so
it's been a year.
It's been a year, so it's been like
insane.
She's had time to again unwind.
She was injured.
Amazing.
She had to recover.
She had an injury, so
she looks amazing.
She looks great. Like, and
amazing.
So give her this platform. I'm wondering what they're gonna do with Alexa. I'm waiting for these girls to come back. I want Bailey.
Yes.
I want Bailey to come back, please.
So I look, guys, don't get mad at me. I truly believe Bailey is not going to be back until SummerSlam, and I apologize.
No, that's fine.
I just have this feeling
like she deserves it.
Well, I don't get certain things. There's a lot with WWE I don't get. For instance, when Becky had her baby, Becky was ready to come back. WrestleMania 36. 37.
Okay.
37.
Last year.
Sorry. Last year. But they didn't do it. They were going to do a program with her and Bailey, and they didn't do it. They were like, no, we're gonna wait.
Yeah.
So Becky wasn't supposed to be back until October of last year. She came back for SummerSlam because Sasha couldn't. So she got back a little early. But I'm like, why do you have a top talent just sitting on the shelf? That's money left on the table. Like,
this also goes back. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
This also goes back to us, where the question of like, you have your top women. Why do you have, what are you doing with your top women? You have like the same people in limbo, and then you have your mid-carders. Like, why can't, like, they're just sitting on a shelf.
Alexa and Bailey are both, to me, top tier. So
exactly.
How Alexa's saying she's been ready since, she came back for Elimination Chamber, and she said she's been ready since before then. And Bailey, honeymoon now. My understanding is
her honeymoon.
Oh yeah, she wants to be back. She was like, because everyone assumed she was out because of her wedding, but she keeps saying, "No, I've been ready. I'm here. Like, I'm just waiting for the call." Right?
Yeah.
Asuka, I'm so happy to see Kana-chan on my TV screen. I know. I love Asuka so much. That woman has more charisma in her pinky. How do Krssi and Steph feel about intergender wrestling? I love it.
I'm a big fan of pussy.
Love it. I keep telling people this, and I've said this a million times. I want you guys to record this and write it down.
Yes.
I want either Bianca or Rhea to be the first women in this generation to capture either the USA or Intercontinental title and be the man for it. I feel Bianca and Rhea are both. Pussy is for everyone.
Pussy is for everyone. It is.
But no, like I want Bianca or Rhea to be one of those first women to capture.
I feel like WWE is so afraid to like.
I don't understand
know why. Because the women train
Rhea
with the guys all the time, so they train.
Bianca versus Ricochet to me makes sense. It would be an amazing match. Look. Rhea versus Damian Priest would be an amazing fucking match. I don't understand.
Oh my god, I'm getting chills right now thinking of that match.
Do you understand?
Intergender 20. They do it with the 24/7 time, right?
Sid, get out of here with this, please. No. I'm just kidding. You're right. It is.
He's right though. It is intergender right now, but
they're not really having a match. They're pinning each other. But I'm talking about full on pay-per-view match. I would love to see Rhea go against Damian Priest. I would love to see Bianca go against Ricochet.
Yeah.
I think either one of those women, maybe even Charlotte would be able to go up against any of these men. Like, I'm talking about believably, right? Win these matches with these men. And
I believe a good storyline. Like, these ladies can,
they can do it.
They can do it. They practice with these people in the Performance Center. They do this. They train with them all the time. One of the guys, like, they usually have like the veterans train up the women, so they're locking up with the guys. Like, why can't we just have that? In
TJ Wilson trains with all the women, every single one.
Dustin Rhodes trains with the women.
Intergently beating Drew. She has been beating Drew. Look, low key. I was going to say this when we get to SmackDown. I'm more interested in Charlotte versus Drew Gulak at this point than I am Charlotte versus Ronda. Look, it's a better storyline at this point to me.
She kicked the shit out of him on Friday, though. I
was like, is this man okay? I thought he was having a black eye. I was like, oh Lord.
Her boot was
Gulak for a minute.
Yeah.
Poor Drew.
Was all in her. But I mean, bad.
If it's Charlotte versus Drew, I want Drew to go over.
Oh, I hope Drew goes over. I mean, like, but
she's just decimating this man every week. Look. No, but I love intergender wrestling. I do hope and wish WWE gets to a point where they do more of it. They have the women now. They had the women before. Look at Beth Phoenix, for God's sake. Like, they have the women who can believably beat these men.
China has done it. China has done it. We can name some Beth Phoenix. They do it like once in a blue.
Nia had entered the men's Royal Rumble.
Yes.
But I love stuff like that. I love it, and I believe
Tamina could beat somebody. Tamina can
beat. Absolutely.
But she's doing that with Cesaro right now. But still,
there are people who can believably go toe to toe with these men in the ring, in front of a live crowd on a pay-per-view for a title. And I want to see within the next year or two, Rhea or Bianca beating one of these men for the USA or Intercontinental Championships. I want to see it. Because Bianca can fucking go
with Ricochet,
AJ
almost
Styles,
like the same thing.
Any of these men. Like, I would love to see Bianca go up against these people. So we will see
what happens.
What happens.
But our answer is yes, we love it. That's our answer to the question. Okay.
Sorry.
What's next?
Last thing on Raw. Tamina, Dana Brooke, wedding and the aftermath. What did you think about this? So it's a comedy segment, right?
Right.
It was cute. It was funny. There was backlash about having Sasha and Naomi there. Mostly Sasha. They felt she is too high of a too high of a talent.
No, absolutely not.
To be in this, it made sense to me.
It's
too bad. They were there for their sister. All right, people, you show up for your sister. I don't care if you are a main event talent.
And they forget that all of these people are friends. So all of them up there probably had the time of their life just being just being stupid and just like having fun for a couple of minutes.
Well, Sasha even posted, I think, at one point that she wanted to be a bridesmaid. She's like, I want to be a bridesmaid. If she made it happen, she was a bridesmaid. Like,
they came out with her dress.
Love doing stuff like this, and people are like, "Oh, someone like Sasha Banks shouldn't be."
They like making fun of themselves. Why they can't have a few minutes of being funny?
Let's not everything has to be serious, guys. Hey, Stephanie, I'm here. What up? Sup, Film Nation?
What's going on?
Anyway, so the only thing I didn't like, it served its purpose, it got a pop, was the tease of the whole girl on girl thing, right? If R-Truth can be a preacher, so can I. I love Truth so much. Truth carried that segment. He did. Just
Truth has been carrying. Talent. Yeah, Truth is one of those guys that are a company guy by fault. He loves just being on TV whenever he can, and he's going to make the best of the 5 minutes that he gets.
Every time.
Regardless. Every time. And you're going to love it.
So the lesbian tease, if you will. I get it. It's the WWE thing to do. It got a huge pop from the crowd, right? And that's what they want. I just eventually would like to get away from this always being a comedy thing, right?
Correct. Yep.
There are people in real life who are lesbian, and I think they would love to see an actual storyline. Yep. Maybe not fully serious. It is entertainment. You still have to entertain.
Yes,
but not always a full comedy.
You have to do that part,
type
right.
thing. So eventually I hope to see that. I cannot talk to them. LGBTQ plus storyline. A real one, right? So I mean, they've teased it a couple times, right? They brought Liv back with Lana, ended up being another comedy thing, and then they just dropped it, and Liv was kind of in limbo. Anyway,
That
I hope one
needed,
day we
like,
get to see it.
finish. Yeah.
I think that community deserves a real storyline. So we'll see. We'll see. I think Stephanie McMahon actually commented on it, saying that one day, if it makes sense, she would also like to see it. So we will see. Let's move on.
Yes, please.
NXT 2.0. I would just like to say one of my favorite things.
Go ahead.
For the men in the crowd, we have to talk about Nikita versus Lash Legend.
Which wasn't a bad match, though.
It was not. It was hard hitting, man.
Yes, they can run
hard.
Can I just say these are women of they're very tall women.
Very tall, thick,
voluptuous. Yes.
Oh,
I'm loving women. I'm loving that they're giving these tall, thicker girls. They're not like the size 2s.
Yes. And they can move, man.
And they can move. They're giving them a platform. These ladies can wrestle.
Yes. I feel like what I'm getting, I don't know how to feel about this. So, Nikita, she's gotten a lot of attention, right? For
but
her
I feel
curves.
like that's right.
But I feel like it's overshadowing
her move.
The American Creamy Busty Rose versus.
You know what? I'm done. SP,
Sid.
SP, stop it,
sir.
We're trying to be serious right now.
I feel like for Nikita, and I've talked to her a couple times now on social media. Very sweet woman.
She seems like it.
I feel like the looks and the curves and the thirsting is overshadowing her wrestling talent. The woman, yes, does she need to improve? She's a little green in areas, but the woman is amazing. She is athletic as shit, right? I don't want to get it wrong. I want to say she does jujitsu and boxing.
I believe she's well rounded. Yeah,
she's very well rounded.
Yes.
Not just her booty, her talent.
But also, she dresses the same way in the ring, outside of the ring. So she's not turning that part off. So you kind of getting you're kind of getting her. I feel like, if that makes sense.
I hate Lash's name. Just call her Legend. Look, girl, if she goes up to the main roster, it's probably going to be Legend. Let's just be real.
I mean,
they're going to cut her name off.
I don't think the name is bad, though. I mean,
I got it when she was doing the talk show thing.
Right.
They've really done that in a while.
Right. They did it for a while.
So,
I think the name is different and cute. You know what I'm saying? Lash
Legend. It is. I feel like Lash is being rushed. I think Lash and Nikita are exactly where they're supposed to be. They're in NXT 2.0. It is developmental.
Yes.
They are
stay there for a while.
And as you saw with some of the releases, the statement was, if you're not improving fast enough, they're cutting people, right? Mm-hmm. So I do feel NXT 2.0 is the place to be to develop. And that's exactly what Nikita and Lash both need. And I think they're exactly where they should be. Mm-hmm. I get to a point
like
where
Legend instead of Lash, but whatever. Sorry, Alan Weinstein.
Should be Lash, not Legend. Yeah, probably. You're probably right. It'll probably be Lash.
But it's too relatable to Bobby Lashley, though.
Oh, that's true. He won't do it. Vince won't do it if it sounds too similar. Ladies and gentlemen, Lash.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't work. You're right. I don't like it.
No.
I don't like it.
No, I don't like it at all.
What if they're gonna put her with Lashley? Watch.
Oh, right. They probably would put her with. Yeah.
They probably will do that. Nikita has got the it factor and has plenty of charisma. She does. I love Nikita. I'm asking myself, because they post something about her wrestling, and then the whole comment section
is about her outfit. Yeah.
Thirst. Mm-hmm. It's about her outfit. It's about her pin. It's about her
I like the
assets. And I'm like, I'm
move
not
is actually
mad that
really
people
good, though.
Find this woman attractive. I love her pin. I think it's amazing.
It's different. It's
perfect.
So
it's just bootylicious. And so that's what all people talk about. And I'm like, I get, look, as someone who has a big ass myself.
Same.
I don't want people only talking about my
ass, right? But she's also she's blessed talented. In both areas.
She's very blessed. She's busty and booty. All right. And I love her for it. And I'm not saying people shouldn't find this woman attractive. I'm saying I want them to also appreciate her for other things as well. But she checks again. She's another one checks all the boxes that Vince loves. All right.
Yes. Yep.
She has
Blonde.
the looks. She has the assets.
body,
She has
yep.
the talent. Her promo work will get better. I think she's gonna go places. I really do. Her and Lash. I think they'll both go places. I just wish people would stop over sexualizing this woman.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, and that's gonna internet. So as long as Nikita is happy,
her and Lash, they're fine with it. They're fine with it. Like we shouldn't, you know, it's what it is.
Yeah. I want to talk about Roxanne. I fucking love this woman. I loved her as Roxy. She debuted.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's to say? In the words of the great philosopher Day Day from Friday, it's her beauty, not just the beauty.
Gotta love Day Day. Yep.
Gotta love Day Day. Shout out to Day Day. Roxanne Perez, formerly known as Roxy.
Roxanne.
She is now main evented twice already. Twice on NXT 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say this. I don't hate to say this. She was kind of wrestling circles around Mandy, the champion. She was doing her thing, man.
I wish they could be consistent with her gear. It's like very, I don't know.
I think they have to get. So this is what I said, because a lot of people were saying they could see Roxanne going straight to main roster. She's that good of a wrestler. However, I said not yet.
No, not yet.
She needs to work on her character development.
Yes.
And she needs to work on her promo work. Mm-hmm. And she's actually really good at promos. I actually enjoy them. But she needs to develop who she is.
Right.
As a character first.
But that says a lot that she did wrestle around Mandy. He wrestled circles around her.
And Mandy is great. So
she's much better. Being at 2.0 made her like a difference. That was a blessing in disguise for her. Yeah.
It's weird. She leveled up when she went down to NXT.
She was more broadcast. Like you didn't know that she can do these things until she was put in that position.
Well, she's more of a star on NXT 2.0 than she ever was on main roster.
Yes, absolutely.
She was thrown in with
Otis.
What was her? No, with Paige and Sonya. What was their name? Absolution. Was it Absolution?
I believe so. Yeah.
I don't even remember.
I think,
but she debuted with them, and then yes, thank you, Absolution. I'm pretty sure it was Absolution. And then it was just her and Sonya, and they have the whole golden goddess thing where they blur out Sonya in the background. And okay. And then I think the best thing she did on main roster was the whole storyline with Otis. I thought that was cute. It was entertaining.
It was one of the things to watch on SmackDown.
Yes. No, I enjoyed that. But when she went to 2.0, I have to say Mandy really just is shining. Vala B.
Thank you, Vala B, for your super chat. Guys, your super chats, we appreciate them. Give us super chats. They go very far for us. Thank you. What did he say?
Well, seems like I missed a lot of show. Gotta show my love. Hey, Krssi and staff, get hyped. Hey. Also, screw those clowns who can't tell the difference between Roxanne and Cora. There are people who can't tell the difference between the two. Is that a thing? I mean, they're completely different to me. To me, one's a skater chick, and the other one is, again, she doesn't really have a character yet. But I don't.
At least I know one of them are a skater. Yeah, right. One of them are. At least I know what her.
I mean, they're both brunette, but that's about it. I don't know. I don't see them as the same. Maybe people in the chat can. People say she should be an AJ Lee 2.0. I can see Roxanne being like that.
I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
I believe AJ is like one of her biggest inspirations to start wrestling.
Then there we go.
I think she has that level of talent. I don't know. I think Roxanne's going to be on main roster within a year. Again, I think they're waiting to see how she develops a character for herself. Which really shouldn't matter because they're just going to change it when she gets to the main roster anyway, probably. But I think they want to see that she can do it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
She's been wrestling since she was 16. Yeah. That's true. Roxy, just like Austin Theory, are being the seeds planted to be the future of WWE. They will be key featured stars in WWE. They stay the course. I mean, Austin Theory is getting the ultimate. You want to talk about pushing someone down your throat? Austin Theory is it. Yep. And I'm not on board. All right. Look, the man is talented. All right. I'm not taking that away. But fuck, like, could we slow it down a little bit? All right.
The last straw was when he beat Finn Balor. That was the last straw.
Man, like, it would have helped him more if he would have lost to Finn Balor and had to develop himself up and then finally beat him. Does that make sense? At a big pay-per-view or something. Holy shit. They are pushing this man to the fucking moon. There's nothing we can do about it other than you either like it or you don't.
Yep.
So, but you're right. Roxy, I think, I mean, she was on NXT Level Up one day, and then they were like, no, NXT 2.0.
SP is so silly.
But he comes off more like a young Randall Keith Orton. I don't even know. Yeah.
He does.
Yeah, I would say he's more like Randall. A young Randall more than a young Cena. Jonathan Felix Cena. I don't know, man. I know this isn't about the men. I'm not on the Theory train just yet.
Same.
And it's just that's being shoved down their throat. Yep. Roxy was the Ring of Honor Women's Champion. Yes, she was.
Yes, she was.
For a reason. Look, again, I was one of those people who said, just bring her to the main roster. But now that she's in NXT 2.0,
keep her there.
I think she fits in very well. And again, I'd like to see some character development, or at least an establishment of a character. And then I think she will be ready because she has the wrestling's there. The woman, again, she was wrestling circles around Mandy. And she's already main evented now twice.
Right.
Her debut and last week. Roxy's a lot better in the ring than Cora, and she's younger too. I would agree. I think Roxanne is a better wrestler. Cora, I think, has a better character though.
I feel like Cora's being shoved in our throats too, though.
I think it's happening quick. I do think her character's cute, right? Skater chick. But they haven't put the title on her yet either. So I don't think they're there yet with her.
What I mean is, like, you pushed her more than a person that was on your company that wanted to be a champion, and you let her go.
Athena. That's
Athena. Athena.
I did. Yes, I love. Okay, I have to say, I'm really enjoying these main roster talents going back to NXT 2.0 and just kind of having these programs with these younger talents. Natty, if there's no one more perfect that I can think of in the women's division to go back, besides maybe Sasha, NXT, Natalya is it. I said Natalie. Lord, sorry, girl. Natalya is it, man. Like, the workhorse of the fucking women's division. If you're going to put someone into a in that position, I think Natty is it. I've enjoyed what her and Cora have been doing. I think it's Natty even got some of the loudest chants I think Natty's ever gotten in a very long time.
I mean, give it take, it's not that many people there that's in that arena. However,
but show that woman some respect.
Right.
Yes, Steph, get on the legal names train. Sid, look. The legal names train. Natalya Neidhart. No, but I love it. Natty is a workhorse, man. She's on SmackDown doing tag team shit. She's on NXT 2.0 doing this. I'm loving it. She's doing
always looking good.
Doing the sharpshooter in Louis Vuitton boots. Girl, please.
Right.
Ain't nobody doing it like Miss Neidhart. Nobody.
Nobody.
So what else? I think that's it.
I think that's it for NXT. Yes.
All right. Alba. What's it? Alba Fire. Alba.
Yes.
Fire. We saw a video package for her for, I guess, her repackaging, if you will.
Right.
Of Kaylee Ray. Rest in peace, Kaylee Ray name. Love her so much. I didn't think her name really needed to be changed. I guess I understand why for marketing reasons,
what did I say?
it wasn't even spelled. It wasn't even
Correct.
spelled as her legal name, so I don't get it. But it's now Alba Fire. But you gotta say it in your best Scottish accent. Oh, good. At Alba Fire.
Yeah. I wasn't even gonna try.
Alba Fire. Dewdrop's gonna kill me. That was horrible. Anyway, I'll be honest. This is actually one of the name changes in general. If you had to change the name, I actually kind of like it.
You like that?
It is very Gaelic. It's a very Gaelic name. She is Scottish. I'm completely okay with Ladarius. Nailed it. Thanks, Ladarius. I have to say, my accents are horrible.
Same.
I am not at fake accents. Like I try. Hello. Like I'm very. Like my husband tells me my accent sounds like Hispanic accent. It sounds like it's bad, guys. That's not my talent.
My 12-year-old has a better Spanish accent, and he's taking Spanish right now. So
Alba Fire. Alba Fire. I sound like Drew McIntyre.
Right.
Okay. Sorry. I'm done. This is a mess. Oh my God. Thank you for sticking with us. And the bad part of it is I lived in Europe like my whole childhood. I'm a military brat.
You did say that. Yes, I remember. Yeah.
I grew up in Germany, but I had a lot of Irish and Scottish friends and Dutch friends, and it's not terrible. You totally nailed it, Stephanie. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Anyway, I'm excited to see her come back. To be honest, I was kind of hoping they were changing her name. She was going to the main roster.
But I feel like you can't throw all of them in the main roster right away because they're going to get lost in the shuffle.
But you can put her with Dewdrop and make him a tag team. It's right there.
Yeah.
The Scottish bitches.
But look how they do look what they're doing with the tag team right now. Not much.
Well, that's why they need more tag teams. Call her up, get Dewdrop back on television. Actually, me and Dewdrop, someone that posted on Twitter, if they were to change your name to a wrestling name, if you were to debut on main roster, what would it be? And I said, my name would be Chocolate Drop. And then someone's like, oh my God, you and Dewdrop could tag team and be Gumdrops. And I was like, oh, I love it. And I tagged Dewdrop and I was like, what do you think, girl? And she was like, absolutely.
That's so cool.
She was like, they wouldn't be ready for this jelly. I'm like, absolutely not. Anyway, I'm going off on tangent. Let's talk about AEW.
Okay.
AEW. So a lot's going on.
Over there.
AEW.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Deep Rashida happened on AEW Dynamite. This was a match I was really looking forward to. It was a Philly street fight.
Yes.
Philly street fight.
I wish there was more street fight in it, more than, but it was still great.
Look, I'm just going to put this out there. Once upon a time, street fight meant you went into the fucking street.
Yeah.
Start going back into the street, people.
Yeah. At least going to the crowd, going backstage, like again, why are we in the ring? Why? And it's not just
being in the ring,
right?
Or start backstage in the street and make your way to the ring.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I say this for WWE and AEW. Like, if you're going to do
street fight,
the last street fight I remember, I think it was Adam Cole versus Red Velvet. What's his name? Purple Velvet. Red Velvet.
Oh, Velveteen Dream.
Velveteen Dream.
You said Purple Velvet. I can't.
Pedo. But that's the last street fight I remember because they had like all the cars surrounding them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And that was fucking the parking lot fight.
I thought he drove up in the car or something like that. It was It was actually
really so cool. It was produced amazingly.
That was the parking lot fight. Yes, it was.
And I'm like, let's do more of that. But we're getting off tangent again.
Right. We're supposed to be talking about the
It was a good match. It wasn't match of the year or anything, but it was a good match.
They did what needed to be done. Yep.
It was a watered down version of Proud and Powerful versus Best Friends, though. Yeah, I mean, it was.
Yeah.
It was a match. It was a match. And again, I love Deeb and I love Shida.
Yeah.
Shida looked street fight really. Shida looked incredible.
Did you see? I wanted her outfit.
Her whole outfit.
I want it. I probably can't pull it off, but I want it though.
And there were sorry, I'm gonna read the comment. Shida versus Deeb was not a street fight really, but still amazing. They have insane chemistry.
Yes.
But that said, I don't need Shida versus Deeb anymore. Time for both to move on. I absolutely agree.
I agree with everything 100%.
I believe the only thing we saw from our champion, our women's champion, was her watching the Deeb versus Shida fight. So I'm assuming this is going to Deeb versus Thunder Rosa at Double or Nothing, would be my guess.
Yes. Let's make it happen. Let's go.
I mean, I want it.
I need it. I need it to happen.
My comments are fraying Nicole versus Dream. Okay, that makes more sense, Sid. I was like, how's Shida versus Deeb? I was really confused there. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, what's he talking about? Like, Sid has lost.
I know what he was talking about. The best friends match was because that happened first.
I was like, we're talking about Shida versus Deeb, but it's because I went off my tangent about the parking lot match.
Yes,
and it makes more sense now. I was like, just trying to nicely agree. I'm like, it does remind me of that. Sorry, guys. I haven't had tea. Give me Deeb versus Rosa. I know, Nick. I'm ready for it. Let's make it happen.
Let's happen.
I think it's happening.
It's going to be great.
The only thing we saw from our champion, though, was her watching the screen.
Yeah. I want TK to have our champion, we push for her to win. Now let's make her, be a champion. Let's make her out there, more.
She should be a staple on the show.
Correct.
Every week. Like there should be something evolving around her every week. Bianca went through a gauntlet of people to beat somebody. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that she has to have a match, but let's make her a staple. Let's not just keep her backstage. Anyway, Deeb for Shida again. It's okay, Sid. He's like, that's my bad. It's actually my bad. I just didn't. I went off on the tangent about the parking lot thing, and then I came back to Shida and Diva and Deeb and Shida. And
okay. Don't worry.
I also, I also love Holy Shida chants. Holy Shida. I was like, I love this. Oh my God. If I ever go to an AEW show, if they ever decide to come to Arizona, ever, I will have a Holy Shida sign. Agreed. I hope we get a promo exchange with Deeb Rosa this coming week. Where Serena mentioned she's 2-0 against Rosa and look again. I think these two could have an amazing promo off in the ring. Mm-hmm. I loved when Britt and Ruby did it. Right. I want to see more of that from the women. I want to see them in the ring facing off and just going at it on the mic. That like the intensity of but Eddie Kingston and Jericho.
Yes.
Now, given Eddie Kingston's on another level when it comes to intensity. But I want that same level of intensity coming from the women promo in the ring in front of people because it gives people hype, right? Yep. If you weren't even interested in the match in the first place, you might be after seeing something like that.
Correct.
So I would
they give Jericho all of that all the time. Any kind of like scenario that he's in, he gets that. So we need to give that to more of the women because the women can do this.
They can do it. They can do it. I want to see. I want to see Deeb and Rosa have a good promo off with back and forth. I want Deeb talking her shit. She's 2-0. I want to see it. Yes. Nick Jackson. Yes, Stephanie. The men do those face-to-face promos in the ring all the time. Let the women do it too, especially with Thunder Rosa's passion. Right. Let that woman start cussing in Spanish. I want to see all of it. When she goes off,
she's gonna go
speaking
off.
Spanish, man. Woo. I want to see it. What else? We also had the baddies versus Willow Nightingale, Trish Adora, and Sky Blue on Rampage. First of all, let's talk about the baddies.
I want to be an honorary member of the Baddies Club.
I
Just letting you know.
fucking love it. I think we talked about this. I want to say on the last episode how
Yeah.
we'd love to see more women's stables
Mhm.
in AEW
This
because
right
they
here?
have so many men stables going on, and the women. This gets more women on TV, whether they're wrestling every time or not. They're at least seen. Red Velvet and Kiera are not in the back, right?
Nope.
They're out there.
Mhm.
And I loved it. I love their entrance.
And these are
I
women
love
of
everything
color.
about this. Yes. I
Hello,
love
like,
everything
it,
about this.
Do you not see what this is selling? This is selling tickets. This is making this is merch.
Oh, there's so many baddie signs in the audience now.
This is
right?
this is needed. Like this was I don't know if he saw this and I don't know whose idea was this, but bravo to you because that part was needed. Jade needed.
I thought Jade started it with the whole I want to have a baddie section in with fans because she her being a heel, we're dragging how the audience wasn't looking too
good
hot.
Yeah.
And she wanted to see better looking people during her matches, and so she made this baddie section thing, but now it's turned into a stable.
I wish they would have given us more of like, how did you get Red Velvet to be your baddie? Like, because before you guys were just, not cool. So, how did I know you guys are friends behind the scenes. The girls are all friends. How did we get here though? But I love
Give me a storyline.
Give me a storyline. We talked about this on True Hill yesterday, and get Michael Bivens as their mouthpiece.
Ditch Smart Mark and have I keep seeing people bring this up and they
I'm sorry,
posted
his name is not Michael Bivens anymore, but
Stokely Hathaway.
Sterkland, yes.
Stokely Hathaway. I would love for him to be the mouthpiece for the baddies.
Inject me, please.
It writes itself, right guys. It writes itself. And yes, I want to see Jade fire Mark and
ASAP, please. ASAP.
And
she doesn't even like him.
I mean, do any of us really? He doesn't really help her that much.
He doesn't. I feel like he's especially from last week's episode. He was just everywhere.
Yeah,
and I believe he was supposed to be Jade was his top priority, and I don't feel like he's that. So that's why she can fire him and make him be the new person for her.
Yes, I hope
it's easy. It's right. It's written right there.
There's no way Stokely, especially if he wasn't re-signing, I almost feel like he is someone who already has something lined up. So he's not going to be without a job for long. The baddies were amazing. Oh, sorry. Nick said, where'd he go? The baddies were amazing. Seeing all those beautiful, strong, melanated women is just incredible. Yes. I mean, I loved it. Loved it. Stephanie and Krssi are the official True Heel baddies. Absolutely. We need a sign.
We should be, yes.
Baddies podcast. We're changing your name.
True Hill baddies. There we go.
Baddie section represent. Absolutely. But it was the baddies versus Willow Nightingale. Love her so much.
Yes.
Trish Adora, love her.
I was really, really I'm happy for this match, but I'm also sad because I was like, I don't want Willow to lose, but she's gonna lose anyway because the baddies gotta win. I was like, no, please. Yeah, no.
We knew the baddies were gonna win. But Trish Adora and Sky Blue, it was a fun match.
Yes.
I enjoyed it. I love Willow Nightingale so much. She's my spirit animal.
Another woman of size and beauty and just gorgeous, and it's just I'm loving these women of they're not the size 2 girls. It's great.
I just like that everyone looks different now. Not everyone fits the exact same mold anymore. Just look at I like to look at the 4 horsewomen because people always put them on that pedestal. All 4 of them look completely different.
Yep.
Completely different.
Yep.
And none of them are big by any means, right? But they all have a different look and personality, right? And then you have your dewdrops, and now you have your Willow Nightingales. You have Jade. Jade is a stallion, man. She is a stallion.
She is. And she's like, I feel like she's like the modern Beth Phoenix or China. Look at her physique and body. She is that. Yes. She is the embodiment of those women.
Beautiful. Bianca, muscular as hell, and one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. It's just
she's like Jacqueline. She's like
yes. I love the plethora of beauty that's going on in the women's divisions. Every size, every shape. all athletic, all talented
Can
as
go
fuck. Like,
control
I
the
just love it.
and they can wrestle a guy too. Hence the intergender
Most of
stuff,
these
guys.
women
We were
can go
talking about
toe to toe with these men and beat them and be
and
better.
beat them and be better. Yeah.
Excalibur explained it a bit on commentary about Red Velvet feeling jaded about the fans turning on her during her match with Willow, which it was made a bit more clear by Velvet herself. Thank you for pointing that out, because to be honest, I missed that.
Thank you. Yeah, I didn't get that.
I missed that.
Thank you so much. Nick Jackson always knows everything too.
See, that's why. Thank you for tuning in. I don't understand why you think the baddies need a man to speak for them. You know,
no, that's not what we're saying.
They don't need anything. All right,
they don't.
However, Mark is currently the spokesperson for Jade, so we're saying if you want Jade to have a mouth, and
if she needs a mouthpiece like
if she
Paul
needs
Heyman,
a mouthpiece,
it would be
Stokely Hathaway is fucking amazing, and I would love for him to just debut, kick Mark's ass, and he's like, "Hey, ladies, what's up?" Right?
Right.
To your point, I'm thinking, are there any women mouthpieces that could be with them?
Ooh, okay.
I don't want Vicky. No.
That's not even an option. That's not even close to an option. I don't even know why you mentioned. I mean, Love, she's cool, but she ain't that good for them. Not for them. If they're called the baddies for a reason, we need someone that's going to match that type of energy, that swag. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hashtag sign Willow. They need to sign her.
Absolutely.
They need to sign that woman. I have to think on this one. If there's a woman who could be their mouthpiece as a manager versus another man.
I'm trying to think, who could it be?
Because right now they're all active wrestlers that are very good. So I have to think about that one.
Yeah.
Miko Satomura comes to Torment in Night. What?
I don't know what they're saying.
I don't understand. I'm sorry. So anyway, it was a good match. Jade got the pin on Trisha Adora.
Mm-hmm.
Trisha Adora. Trisha Adora is another very talented woman who I'd love to see eventually sign. Mm-hmm. We already talked about Thunder Rosa. Oh, this is literally what I wrote in my notes, so don't laugh. But I put, a wild Ruby appears. Out of nowhere, Ruby shows up in the middle of this promo off backstage between Britt, Jamie, and Tony. Ruby shows up for the first time in TV onto a storyline, or possibly into a storyline that we haven't really seen her in a storyline.
I mean, I'm
outside of the Owen Hart tournament, we've not seen her in a storyline. So
her and Tony would be, I think, would be awesome together.
They would be
the
amazing.
Outfits, they would look so gorgeous. I mean,
like,
wow.
How WWE didn't think of this? I don't know. But AEW did, and they fucking love it. Like, they match. They look good together. Anyway, and the promo off actually backstage, I thought was really cute. And I think Ruby can hold her own on the mic. Tony didn't do too much talking. He
didn't really need to. He just did what he needed to do.
No, I meant Toni Storm.
Tony.
Sorry. She didn't do that much talking. Ruby kind of did more of the talking. But
hey everybody, it's Tony Schiavone of All Elite Wrestling, and this is True Hill Heat, and I said it right, you motherfuckers.
Thank you, Sid. I wasn't ready for that, and they jumped. I was like, who's this man appearing? Thanks, Tony. Anyway, I'm excited to see Ruby in the storyline. I'm not saying that Becky making her comments put Ruby on TV. But if it did, thank you, Becky. Thank you, Tony Khan. Ruby's on TV. In a storyline.
Yeah. But it is what it is.
Yes. I just want to point out that all the qualifiers are now decided for the Owen Hart tournament. For the women, Britt Baker, Ruby Soho, Toni Storm, Jamie Hayter, Red Velvet, and Hikaru Shida.
Beautiful.
And I believe it starts next Or actually, it's May. Oh my god, it's May. Happy May 1st, people! Holy crap, it's May.
Right.
It starts this month. I think they're gonna have 2 more to make it 8. Do we know who it is? It starts May 11th. Do we know who it is, Sid?
I don't know.
The last 2 women?
I think they're supposed to have a match this week. Is it not true, right? Or is it tomorrow?
That's Deonna versus Mercedes for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship.
Oh, that's the ring. Yeah, that's no, not that one. Yeah. Oh, they haven't announced it yet. Okay.
I thought we had all of our qualifiers. I apologize. But anyway, those are the qualifiers so far. It's going to be a really good tournament because that's a lot of great talent.
Yep.
They haven't announced anything yet. So we will see. But let's talk about this. Kind of goes into other promotions, but let's talk about it. So we have Deonna Purrazzo versus Mercedes Martinez to decide the ultimate Ring of Honor Women's Champion. I am so fucking excited for this.
First of all, can we just say this is amazing for these 2 ladies to 1 main event.
Yes.
And 2, they're on Dynamite. They're on Dynamite. It's for Ring of Honor. It's 3 things that WWE would have never even let happen. So, this is something exciting. And then, for her to be released and, for her to now be main eventing on Wednesday is just crazy. This is amazing.
I'm excited.
I'm so excited.
I'm very excited. Looks like they have an interview with Deonna.
Yes,
Purrazzo.
he's dropping.
That's dropping on Tuesday. Nice. Yep. So right before her match.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to this. I love how they are propping up Ring of Honor. Women's Ring of Honor as main event. I think this match is going to, I hope they give it at least 10-15 minutes. Frantic World said they think it's going to be Chris Statlander and someone outside of AEW. Ooh.
Okay.
Yes. I think Chris Statlander, okay. Watching how they're placing Chris Statlander. So I posted not too long ago that obviously they're building Jade as this unstoppable force. What they are not doing, in my opinion, is building a baby face to beat her. Not to the same acceleration.
Okay.
However, I do feel that Chris Statlander could be it. I cannot think of anybody else right now as a face who is popular and could possibly dethrone her. That's why I kind of threw out maybe Dakota being the one to show up out of nowhere and just beat Jade in the next couple months here. Right. If Deonna Purrazzo wins, I know she's signing with AEW Ring of Honor. That is very possible. Most likely, Chris Statlander needs to be the number 1 contender for AEW Women's World Championship. I don't know. I feel like she could be the one to beat Jade eventually. I think they're gonna build Chris as a big baby face, separate from Jade, right? And then those 2 will meet either later this year or early next year. But they have to build someone to beat Jade. Right now, there's no one believable
to beat Jade, right? Like she's like the Roman Reigns right now. She's kind of on a streak. She's unstoppable. They're gonna let the streak go on for a little while longer. Right now, it's too soon to stop it.
It is. I don't think anyone's beating Jade for at least. I'm assuming beginning of next year.
Right. That's what I'm saying. At least till she's gonna be in that Roman Reigns bubble for right now. There's no
Deonna's with Impact through 22. Oh, she's contracted with them through 22.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Deonna Purrazzo should retain the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship this Wednesday. What do you guys think? Should Deonna retain, or should Mercedes Martinez take it? I think Deonna's going to retain. I think she's doing too good. She's been an amazing champion. For both Impact and Ring of Honor. She's been an amazing champ. She lost the Impact champion, the Knockouts championship. I don't know. I did an interview with Deonna, so I'm biased. So you think she's gonna win?
Right.
I think Mercedes. Anthony says I think Mercedes wins the title.
I wouldn't be mad either way, though.
I wouldn't be mad either way. What does Deonna do? Because Deonna's out of titles at this. If she loses this one, right?
That is also very true.
Deonna's retaining. I feel like I'm not saying that there is. I don't think there's hierarchy or anything, but Deonna is Britt Baker's best friend. I'm just saying.
If and they were at somebody's wedding all together, right? Recently, you're right.
At Chelsea Green's. Green's wedding.
Yes.
She also faces Taya Valkyrie for the AAA reign. Yeah, but I think Taya is going to retain.
Right.
We're getting there. Anyway, I think Deonna is going to win. Either way, I'm very excited for this main event coming up on Dynamite next week, and yeah, I mean, AEW's women's division, they're making moves, right? They're improving. I just want it to be more consistent on TV. That's and I want to see more stables and we at least have one with the baddies. You kind of have Britt with hers, I guess. Don't really have a name, but I guess the Brits. I don't know. But we'll see. Let's move on to SmackDown.
Do we have to? I really don't want to, but okay. It's not much there.
We can get through this shit quickly.
Okay, wonderful. Lack thereof of SmackDown. I'm really, really sad that we have now come to this point of this show. This used to be one of my favorite shows to watch, and now it's become. I can't even. It's not even bearable, to be honest. Like,
I don't.
2 hours.
I don't watch it anymore. Everything I know about it, I caught highlights on Twitter, or I went to YouTube and watched.
I only have to watch it because I have to do the show after the show. Do something after the show. I have to do a podcast.
I can't do it.
Other than that, I will be out on my Friday nights enjoying Fridays.
I posted on Twitter. It feels directionless. Like it just feels like they're just doing shit to do shit. There was the women's tag. So there's the women's tag team. There was Shayna versus Naomi.
Right.
It was a match. It was good. It was okay.
That's it.
Bigger news story: the women's tag title match between the two teams is happening 2 weeks from now on SmackDown and not on WrestleMania Backlash for whatever fucking reason.
Dumb.
Why?
Dumb. They could have done a pre-show because I'm sure because you're not gonna have a pre-show. So why didn't you just put them on a pre-show?
There's not even that many matches on the fucking card.
What are we doing? First of all, we don't even know what most of the card is as of yet. And you telling me
I have no clue. I think we have. I don't even fucking know. We have Drew,
Happy Corbin, and Madcap. We have
Drew and Roman with the Bloodline and RK Bro.
And RK Bro, and that was a 6-man.
Like, what are we fucking doing? And so that's happening. What else? I don't even know.
The one women's match that's right now that is happening is the I Quit match, which I'm not even again 100% behind.
Ronda and Charlotte.
Yeah.
Jesus. They were on SmackDown with a Beat the Clock challenge. Again, I am more interested in Charlotte versus Drew Gulak at this point than I am Ronda versus Charlotte.
Okay, they should have did Ronda versus Aaliyah and then Charlotte versus Shotzi. I was so excited to see Shotzi, but I was like,
match. Not this Beat the Clock, whatever. Ronda won it. Charlotte took too long to make Aaliyah tap. And you know what I loved? I will say, not this, but sorry, we're moving on already. I can't talk about this anymore. This feud needs to end. And I don't know who's gonna hold the title. And frankly, I don't even give a shit anymore. Like whether Ronda's holding it or Charlotte's holding it, I can't do it. At least Charlotte has a character and we can boo her or cheer her or whatever. I don't care. And I hate saying that about women's wrestling. I just the way they've debuted Ronda has sucked. Yep. Ronda's passion for this has
not
sucked.
There. Yep, she's not the again.
Charlotte even seems lackluster through this shit. I don't even know if she wants to do it.
She's probably not even invested. Like, she's just probably like, oh God, like she's probably at the point where she's not even having fun being a heel in this story.
People are like, oh well, and I agree. People are like, Charlotte's character needs to develop, and it really does. It's just monotone now. Some people are like, oh, she needs to be face. Charlotte face is not going to work anymore ever again, people.
Charlotte
she needs to stay heel. It just needs to be elevated. It needs to change because it's just the woman is fucking talented as shit, but it is just it's the same fucking promos every feud, and I'm just like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Romeo, I know he's probably watching or will be watching, and I love you, man. And I know that's your girl, and I need Charlotte to do more. And but
you know, she really can't do much of what she's working. Why give out more? The other girl is not doing that.
Well, and that's the problem is that they keep giving her titles and reigns, and so maybe she feels like she doesn't need to do anymore. But I'm like, to me, in my opinion,
like she's entitled already. She's like, that's beneath me. I don't need to do that.
In my opinion, the other three horsewomen and Bianca Belair have now surpassed Charlotte on so many levels, as far as character work, promo work. Like it's just like all of them have evolved in some way,
and they've changed. Like Charlotte is still Charlotte. Yes, and yes, that is correct. Yes, you're right.
She's the queen. I get it. You're the queen. Okay, we get it. Now what? Why should I boo you? Why should it actually? I'm sorry. What she does with Drew Gulak, it makes you want to boo her. You're invested now,
right?
And hoping one of these days Drew Gulak gets back at her some way, right. But why can't we have that same shit within the women's division? Like this whole Ronda thing has just flatlined for me, and I cannot. I just the women's tag title scene is more interesting to me at this point than the main women's title on SmackDown, and that sucks.
Says Ronda Rousey isn't doing her own anymore. She's definitely she's definitely not what she used to be. I can at least comment and say, you know, hey, she was more annoying back then than she is now. At least, you know, she was supposed to be like the baddest. I hated her for a reason back then. Now I just, you know, hate that she's just back. You know what I'm saying?
She's not even annoying, Krssi.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
She's fucking boring as hell. She looks like she doesn't want to be there. Her promos, and she's never been good at promos, but at least before there was some teeth into them. There was some fire behind them. Now it's just like, I'm going through the motions.
And you know what it is?
Here I am.
She can't. She can't even the Rod Piper gimmick now because that's not even who she is right now. She was that before.
What she is right now. I don't know what she is right now.
Right. SP, I'm sorry that your woman, you know, your girl, your Lord and Savior, you know. Hey guys, we like to highlight as many comments as possible, but we have
but to have your comment or question answered, send the super chat to make sure we reply to. I apologize for missing some comments here, people. So send those super chats.
We just had so much to talk about. So yes, we appreciate.
I feel so, and you can probably tell. I feel so passionately. I want this title to matter. There are so many women who work so hard to have the SmackDown title mean something. And right now, I just feel like it doesn't mean anything. And it's just there. Like, I feel like we're just going through motions, and I'm not interested in any way. And I really wish I was. People have thrown out all sorts of things. Charlotte should be face, or Ronda should be more heel, or you know,
you have to kind of like
Charlotte should have a faction. I'm like,
no.
I'm not. Look, it's not all solely on these two women, right?
No, it's really not. It's the booking. Yes, the booking is also not have been good. So
but just like we said with R-Truth, he's given 5 minutes of fucking time and makes it gold every time. You have to take what you're given and try and make it as good as you possibly can. And I feel like that's not happening.
Right.
I feel like they're both being so lackluster about this because they're established women.
Right.
It's Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair. They
They don't need to do this.
Do a lot.
Right. They don't need to do this.
But at this point, they kind of do. Like, people are tuning out. And I know there are people who are loving this. I'm sure. I'm not saying this is everybody. This is my opinion. Right. As someone who loves women's wrestling, I'm just very disappointed in what's happening with SmackDown.
Right.
Women's title.
Women's division on SmackDown in general. Like, it's just
rough, man.
It's very rough. And then, like, you have women that has to come out and job to these two ladies who, Shotzi, like, first of all, we haven't even seen her in like how long. And then, you bring her back and then she does this with Ronda Rousey. Like, really? Really? This is what we think?
Should have left Shotzi's ass down in NXT with Athena and that tag team that was working for everybody. One thing I did love about SmackDown, Raquel made her debut. Raquel Rodriguez made her debut, but it wasn't Raquel that I was impressed by. She went against Layla Gray. Mm-hmm. And this was also Layla Gray's debut on SmackDown.
Right.
But what I loved about this, if you watch it, Layla got a lot of offense in. Mm-hmm. She looked good. It wasn't a complete squash match. It was not easy for Raquel. They didn't make it a complete squash match where they just ran over this girl. Layla got a lot of offense in. It almost looked like she was about to beat Raquel a couple times.
Right.
She got a running. Like, I was like, huh. Now, to me, I love when they debut people like this because you can make them look strong.
Yep.
But it also puts the other person over. And I felt Layla looked really good in this against Raquel, who they're clearly is the one they're pushing, right?
Right.
So actually, I did love that. That was one of my. I didn't watch it live. I watched after. But I actually really did love that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ninja Mortis. Shotzi been on TV since she posted herself in the middle of a mosh pit at a huge concert the day after TV. I was surprised they didn't release her. Oh,
listen, what's wrong with that?
I don't. I mean, I think it went against at the time, their COVID protocols, but
okay.
I don't think they would release her for it per se.
They didn't really. They weren't going up. They wasn't going over the protocols of COVID anyway over there. So it was like,
well, it's not even that they weren't. They just didn't have anything for her. They weren't doing anything with her. And then her father passed away, so she was off for that as well. So I just Shotzi came back, which I'm happy about. Got squashed by Ronda. But now if Ronda becomes champion, who is she going against?
Right. Who is her?
You already beat Shotzi.
Right.
Raquel just debuted. Are you really going to have her get beaten by Ronda already?
No.
Clearly, I hope we're done with Charlotte. Naomi and Sasha currently are mixed up in tag teams, but it wouldn't be a complete shocker if they mix the tag teams in the main title all together and do this whole thing, because they do that.
SP thinks it will be Bailey returns. Okay.
But for what? SummerSlam?
Right.
Because you have
a whole couple of months.
And you have Money in the Bank and then SummerSlam. So you have 3 pay-per-views to go. 3 big pay-per-views to go. And I feel like they'd save Bailey for something bigger. Ew. Why, Sid? Ronda, Charlotte, Hell in a Cell? Why? We need to be fucking done with this.
Well, she didn't when she was champion before. I mean, how many was she on every pay-per-view? I don't remember.
Who?
Ronda, when she did become champion.
I'm thinking.
Right, see? That's bad.
I don't. Yes, she was every pay-per-view.
She was at every. Right.
I believe you, Sid. I'm taking your word for it.
Sid knows. SP knows it all.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I'm taking his word for it. I don't remember. Her reign was not.
But in her defense, she was on Raw, so it had different girls. So
Well, Raw also, she was having matches on Raw as well and beating people in squash matches.
That too. Yeah.
That was the problem in the first place. She ran through the whole division. So by the time they got to Becky, Charlotte, Ronda at WrestleMania 35, and Becky beat her, there was nobody realistically that Becky could go against because Ronda just ran through all of them and nobody was built up
to go against
to
her.
even go against her.
Yep.
And I don't want that to happen again. Like,
Same.
they need to be very picky and choosy about who Ronda beats when she becomes champion. Very picky and choosy, because you can easily decimate your women's division. Versus Alexa at Hell in the Cell. Teamed up with Bella's at Super Showdown. Nikki Bella at Evolution. Charlotte Survivor Series. Nia Jax at TLC. Sasha Royal Rumble.
He of the fact that he
You
just
know, the fact that you
really...
had that shit at the top of your head.
Right.
Man.
Like, come on. I'm
because now you say it, I remember all these. But I could not have been here and be like, yeah, you went through Alexa.
Yeah.
I forgot about the Alexa thing.
Krssi, because there are a very serious issue with depth on the main roster for the women, why not just unify the title? Unify the titles on the side of the card like they do with the men. No, because you see, there's a difference on why the title was unified for the men. The women don't need to be unified. Not right now. Not right now. I
mean, they only have 2 titles in the first fucking place. They cannot unify it into one. No.
You'll never see any of the other women ever again.
Ever. No.
You barely see them for the tag titles.
What did you say? That reign was exceptional. You just hate what she's doing now for good reason.
You know, come on.
Sid, my point, it's not even the pay-per-view ones. She was having matches with women on Raw, and she was decimating them. Do you not? Oh my God. One of the ones I hated. It was Ronda versus Ruby at Fastlane, I think. Ruby Riott. And she literally beat her in like 2 minutes. And I was like, for what?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why? I didn't personally like it because it
Ronda versus Natalya
no other woman
was great on Christmas Day. You know what? He's just gonna be biased and just gonna keep throwing this down.
Bye, Sid.
Yeah.
We love you, but we're not talking to you about
no more about them.
Anyway,
I'm over.
That's all that happened on SmackDown. We're moving on.
Yep.
And then we just have some brief things to touch on. We have a new AAA Reina de Reina champion, and Taya Valkyrie.
Yep.
She beat Diona at Rebellion.
And she just came back.
She just came back. And woman's a champion. Look, she was one that I felt was
they
a bit
dropped
wronged.
the ball again. Mm-hmm.
They dropped the ball with her. In NXT.
Frankie. Yep.
Frankie Monet. I think she's exactly where she's supposed to be, where she should be. I think. I don't know. I watched this last episode on Impact, and Diona came out and attacked her while she was giving her championship speech in the ring. A champion win speech in the ring. Diona came out and attacked her. And they had a confrontation with what were the names? I forget now. I forget. Anyway, but Tasha Steelz and Vanessa came out. Tasha Steelz is the World Impact Knockouts champion. And so I don't know. I think Diona and Decay, thank you very much. I could not think of the name right then. Decay came out, kind of had a face off with Taya. I believe Rosemary and her have a lot of history. I am not privy to all the history, but I do know that they have histories. Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans versus Decay happened right after that. So they kind of teased Rosemary and Taya. Diona did attack Taya. So we'll see. I believe Sid has said they're going back at it again, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm happy for her, man. Like, again, they dropped the ball with her. That's one I can truly say I felt they dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Rosemary and Taya feuded over the Knockouts title, and they became a tag team before she left Impact.
Yes, okay. Thank
I knew
you.
they had.
SP.
I knew they had
Right.
history. I knew they had history. I didn't know all the details. So it would be interesting to see where that goes. I think after her and Deonna go back at it again.
Yeah, right. Especially
Yes.
after this match that she's gonna have, on Wednesday. Like, what's gonna happen? What will she do?
Well, I think she's gonna retain. Or I think Deonna's gonna retain the Ring of Honor championship on Wednesday.
Right.
But
Right.
I don't know. I'm very interested to see. Impact is doing a lot of great things, I think, with their women's division. I think they're one of the ones getting it right.
Yeah.
Kind of a shame it's not on a bigger platform. But
I said this yesterday to the boys when we did True Hill Heat. I was like, once Impact gets on a cable network such as like Vice or like what's another like local like channel that people have access to, God, I don't know why I'm drawing blank right now, but once they get on a channel or platform that they can be showcased and can be seen on cable television, I feel like there'll be more eyes will be looking at them, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. I think Impact, again, is doing probably the best with their women's division out of all of them consistently.
Right.
Like just that one segment alone had a lot of layers, right? You had Taya doing her champion speech, and then you had Deonna coming out and attacking her, and then you had Decay come out, and they kind of had a little stare down with Taya, and then Tasha Steelz and Vanessa come out, and they have a match. So it's just there was a lot going on there, and they gave them a lot of time, So I know that
and they have more pay-per-views. Like they have a lot more pay-per-views as often, so the women are showcased on most of those pay-per-views.
They are. They're doing some great things. So what else? I think we already talked about Deonna versus Mercedes Martinez for the undisputed Ring of Honor Women's Champion on Wednesday on Dynamite. Yes. They are main eventing. I'm very excited for that. I don't know. That's pretty much it.
SP said that Athena was now is the new Warrior Wrestling's women's champion.
Yes.
So we have to talk about that now. So that's some newsworthy stuff. Who did she beat, SP? I don't remember. Sorry.
Well, that's the one. Isn't that the one that Thunder Rosa gave up?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Thunder Rosa had to relinquish that title, if I remember correctly.
Right. Isn't this her brand though, too?
The what? No, she has Mission Pro Wrestling.
Mission Pro. Okay, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Defeated Shayna McKenzie and Sky Blue in a 3-way. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay.
But this was the one I knew Thunder Rosa had relinquished.
So she became,
yes,
the AEW Women's Champion now. So she just couldn't do both. I mean,
and
I probably
Athena,
feel like she could have, but whatever.
Who was going to be a coach in NXT is now champion. Your new World Wrestling Women's Champion. I mean, and then you have Taya.
But she was also the NXT champion and a great champion at that. And
they never let her do it again, though.
They never let her do it again.
It's
just sad. But it's so unfortunate. Oh yes, Ty Conti and
Sammy. They just won. That was just like yesterday.
And we didn't even know if that match was going to happen because of what happened with Sammy Guevara, getting injured or whatever. So, but that happened. So, that's. So again, intergender wrestling is happening. It's just not happening on of the other platforms.
I have to ask you, since we're at the end here, I have to ask you, what is your take on this whole Sammy Tay thing? Like, I feel like they're getting so much hate over broadcasting their relationship, if you will. And now obviously it's in TV, and now they're like champions together. I don't necessarily have a problem with it. I don't really understand why people hate them so much. Like I understand with Sammy, but go on. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Not more so hate. I just feel like I think fans feel like Ty Conti is such a good wrestler that she's better than this. One.
She is.
Two, Sammy was just involved and engaged with a person a few months ago.
Yeah.
That he asked for marriage on live TV.
Yeah.
So now you kind of go and said, was it real? Was it not real? What is happening? And now they're heels. I think they're better as heels. I think they're better as heels because you can be more annoying and obscene and obnoxious. And now
they were already getting all the hate, so might as well, right?
That's what I'm saying, right? So they were already getting the hate, and also now that they have these belts, they're going to be even more obnoxious. So I'm liking the direction, but I feel like people were resistant for it because of who she is and what she was doing before being with Sammy, and then what Sammy did. No one really likes when a man does a certain thing to women. You know that.
Sammy has had some controversial things
come
out
already
anyways over things that he has said in the past.
Exactly. So there you go. Yeah. So people are not receptive to these type of things. So, I think that's why people are not really feeling it. A great example, Frantic, Edge and Lita. Nobody was not really they was like,
Lita's more talented than that. Like, Lita didn't need to do that. And I think you're right. I think Ty is way too talented of a woman. I think we've actually touched on this before when they first appeared together and did that promo in the ring.
And we were like, why are they doing this? Like, so now I'm now more receptive to it. So I'm not hating on it at all. But we did touch on it in the beginning, saying, why is she doing this?
Ty could do more.
She could, right. So I think that's where it lies at, Stephanie.
At least she's a champion now.
I mean, hey, ain't no lies there.
Intergender champion. I did not watch it. I did see the announcement yesterday.
I want to. I'm gonna go and find so I can go and watch it. However, yes, it's something that now people are now talking more about her. So guess what? Once you're in the, people are now catching. People have eyes on this now. People are like looking, and it's just what happens.
I agree.
So that's my take on it. I mean, I was one of those people that wasn't receptive to it.
I'm still not what I tune into. That's not the reason I tune into it. But I'm not hating on it either. I deal a lot of unnecessary hate. I myself do not like or agree with a lot of the stuff Sammy himself has done.
Correct. See, there you go. So it's
I feel like Ty is getting a lot of that heat on her.
Guilty by association, friend.
I hate when they do that to women. When their man does something and it then she gets a lot of the backlash. And I'm like, look, I get it. Like, she's deciding to love this person and be with them, but that's her personal life decision. That does not reflect on her professional career.
And I feel like people deserve chances. I feel like people can change. They can grow from it.
Oh yeah.
So give it a chance. Like, understand where people acknowledge their mistakes and are willing to fix it. So, she shouldn't get like all the backlash, but hey, now people are saying her name more. So listen, I mean,
it's never been talked about this much.
Correct.
So
now, I mean, not all press is good press, but sometimes you're in the people are talking about you.
They were trending last night. So look.
So you have to. It's like double-edged sword, friends.
It is. Well, I think that wraps us up.
Yes.
For Serving Facing Hills rep episode 3. Thank you guys so much.
So
being
much.
so active in the chat. I apologize if we did not get to all of you.
Right.
But you can talk to us every day on Twitter if you like. Right. I am on Twitter at Stephanie Hypes. It's Krssi. Where can they find you?
I am on Twitter at TrueHill Krssi Love, or I'm on IG, which is Krssi Love _1, or just Miss Krssi Love or Crystal Lynch.
Yes, and you can also catch Krssi Love. She has some other shows as well.
With True Hill Heat. My God, yes. We have the flagship show, which is True Hill Heat, every Saturday, 11:05 with my good brothers. I do the Smackdown review every Friday. God help us while we watch Smackdown every Friday.
Man. God bless you.
Yeah.
But follow True Hill Heat, subscribe.
Yep. And I do Wrestling Disasters as well with Steve Falls. So,
yes. And I do Getting Red now with Steve Falls on Mondays after Raw. So
nice. Good for you guys. Yes.
A lot of fun. It's with SC Scoops, but it's Raw's killing it. So I'm glad to do the show. But my favorite show my favorite show is this one, here. Serving Facing Hills. Every Sunday now, people, every Sunday morning, we'll be going over all the ladies of pro wrestling and sports entertainment.
Yep.
Again, thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate it so much. Have a good rest of your Sunday.
Our Patreon followers, we love you guys. Thank you. And join us next week for another episode of Serving Face and Heels. We love you.
Serving Face and Heels.
Bye.